Here's my real honest opinion and review, plus a summary on my experience going to the Joe Dispenza retreat. This was the specific one at Cancun. It's the 7-day, it's the advanced retreat, and everything that you need to know from what to pack, should you go, is this for you, and my honest opinion about the whole thing. It was not what I expected. Let's dive right in. Let's start off with making the decision. I feel like a lot of people that are being called to go to a retreat or a workshop, it's usually because you've been following this person for a while, you know their work, and then you're deciding to pull the trigger and learn from them even more. But what about the people who just feel the inkling, the intuition, the call to have a different experience? Well, that's what happened to me. I actually didn't dive deep into the work. And I actually have never done a meditation. So if you're wondering, can I go to the advanced retreat if I've never done any of the work, if I've never done a meditation? Well, I did. I am an avid meditator. I've been meditating for 7 years. However, everybody has their different frameworks. Everybody has their different ways. The number one reason why I decided to have my first experience be the 7-day immersion was because I wanted to throw a wrench in my reality. I really was getting used to a lot of my habits, my routines, my workouts, my yoga, my mindfulness, my meditation, and I honestly wanted to just have a mind-bending experience. Nothing wrong with ayahuasca, with plant medicine, with mushrooms. There's so many beautiful psychedelics that can give you this mind-bending, altered reality. However, right now, I'm really being called to work with my energy, work with my breath, work with my body, and see what kind of chemicals I can make organically. And that's one of the first things that I learned about Dr. Joe and his work is that one, he's a doctor. Two, he's pretty mystical. If you don't know anything about his story, you have to look it up. But the fact that he used the power of his mind awareness to opt out of a surgery and basically just fix his back from a car accident was something that really intrigued me. You know, this notion of we can heal ourselves is something that I've also discovered in my own journey. And so the fact that he's a doctor really, really attracted me to his work. And I started to see the synchronicities of how he was talking and putting these concepts and the things that I was already experiencing into practicality and into steps. And I love that. Oh, wait, I forgot. I haven't introduced myself. My name is Melissa. I'm a spiritual business mentor. I've been doing this thing online for about 4 years. I actually used to be this crazy TV producer in New York. Long story. I'm here now. I had an awakening and I'm super geeking out on healing the body, healing the mind, really being present with ourselves and living the most abundant ass life as possible, along with optimizing our life. And that's a lot of the stuff that I heard as I started to binge all of Dr. Joe's interviews was this thread of you can heal yourself and you're creating your own reality. And I also believe that you are the master of your own reality, and the reality is being manifested, molded, and created through our thoughts, through our perceptions, and through the way we interact with our environment. So I was already like, yes, I love this. I want to go. So my very first thing, and I'm going to answer some of the questions that people submitted in my Instagram. People asked me, what was your biggest takeaway and who is this for? Oh, that is a loaded question. This is for somebody who is desiring to touch the mystical, whether it's in themselves or it's in the environment that the retreat actually holds for you. This is for somebody who is desiring to go on a self-discovery journey and somebody who is actually desiring to heal themselves. I saw so many people that traditional medicine didn't work for them. They had these so-called irreversible diseases and prognosis, and they've come to this event, and I kid you not, you have to see this with your own eyes. It's really, really mind-blowing. A lot of unexpected things happen, so I'll just leave it at that. But I saw a lot of people that are coming in with many different health conditions, really wanting to learn. So it's a mixture. It's a mixture of learning the breathwork techniques, and it's also a mixture of lecture. So there's a lot of explaining how the blood plasma changes when you meditate, a lot of scientific evidence, a lot of brain scans, and proof for the logical person that needs it. I know. People don't believe in manifestation, but there's actually a science to it. One day out of the 7, we actually meditated at 4 in the morning, used to activate that pineal gland, and that was probably the gnarliest experience ever. We actually meditated for 4 hours and 40 minutes straight at 4 in the morning. It was next level, otherworldly. Personally, one of my biggest takeaways was the ability to see from the highest perspective that was available to me how hung up we get on these little small things here on earth. It's so interesting. I had so many mind-bending experiences where I was outside of my body, just like really looking down at my life and just my circumstances. And I was like, whoa, none of this is real and everything is real. None of this matters, but all of it matters. It's like, wait, who does it matter to? There was a lot of those kind of experiences, which are good. One of my other big takeaways was his explanation of frequency and how each frequency holds information. And while I always knew this, I was like, oh, wow, like here is like some actual scientific proof that shows you that each vibration makes certain patterns, and within those patterns, there is specific information. And that's why these patterns and these frequencies, when you emanate, when you step into them, when you embody them, which by the way, you're always emanating a frequency, that is what's actually creating your world. That's what's creating your vibration. And the second thing is, this is for somebody who wants community. Wow, I met the most beautiful people. And I just hopped around and got to know so many other like-minded people who also had really cool mystical experiences or were there to learn. And it was just so amazing to be around people that want to optimize their life. But the next thing I'm going to share, which really, I was not expecting this. I'm over here thinking like, okay, I'm going to go to a 7-day retreat. I want to just like be like a monk and, meditate and levitate. I don't know what the hell I thought. But whatever it was, I knew I was going for a reason. One of the most profound experiences that I had. I didn't know why I was there. So people kept asking me, why are you here? What's going on with you? Are you here for a mystical experience? And I'm like, I have no freaking clue. I don't know. I just got tickets on the wait list, and I guess I'll figure it out as I continue to unfold in this experience. Well, I don't know when it was, maybe on day 5. After we're doing all of these meditations, I'm learning so much, all of these evidence, all of these like stories about people who healed themselves. There was all of these things that were happening. On day 5, we get to this place where now it is our turn to be put in these little pods of 8, where Dr. Joe guides you through a specific meditation that brings forth and anchors in this healing energy. And we quite literally help heal somebody. So on the 5th day, we do this walking meditation. It's the healer's meditation, and he's like putting us in this vibe to help the healie and the person that we're assigned. And I just started pouring, crying. I was like, this is why I came. And so if you are a healer, if you're stepping into that, wow, this kind of retreat is going to be perfect for you, because we got to do this work 3 times, 3 different occasions, 3 different people over the course of 3 days. And the hairs all over my body were standing up, because when you have 2,500 people all meditating at the same time, really connecting into the quantum field and really just like bringing our energy and our focus, our intention, our love to somebody else, and like you're giving a stranger, a complete stranger, all of your love and everything you got. Oh wow, that just moment broke me. Not just once, twice, but every time I did it. And I got more grounded into, one, why I was called to that specific retreat, and 2, it activated more of my healer codes as well, more of my ancestor codes, more of the wisdom keeper, medicine woman. So that was just like, I was not expecting that. That was huge for me. One of the highlights from the entire experience was this walking meditation on the beach. And we did this really early, and we woke up with the sun. Oh my gosh. And there was something about feeling the elements, the water, the sand, the sun coming up, me staring into the sun. It was just so nice. It was just so nice to just take off all of the hats and take off all the roles and the responsibility, and just allow myself to be the student and allow myself to be immersed in this experience. The last thing I'll share with you is what to pack. Definitely pack socks. The conference room where you have all of the lectures and the meditations is absolutely freaking freezing. Your girl went with pants, a sweater, the whole 9 yards, definitely some fuzzy socks, definitely a blanket. I saw a lot of people with yoga mats, which was super cool. I wish I would have done that. I laid on the floor. Sometimes I brought a towel for my hotel. And come with an open mind. Something else that I would want to recommend is, I know this sounds really small, but like bring comfy shoes. Like you're just walking from here to there, from here to there. Remember what you're there for. You're really there to have an experience of some sort. And so get really, really focused on bringing things that are really comfortable for you. You don't need to look cute. You just need to show up with an open mind, show up with an open heart, trust in the divine, know that whatever it is that you're looking for is also seeking you, and just go. That is my whole experience. This is just part 1. I will do a deeper part 2 on a little bit more on some of the personal transformational things that happened to me, some of the things I experienced, because I experienced some shit. I opened my eyes and I was like, what are these lights moving around? Like it got real weird, it got real crazy, but I'm here for it because I love that. So that is coming in part 2. If you have any more questions, you can drop it below. If there's anything else that I can answer, just know, tag me, and I will make sure to answer as thoroughly as possible. Go with peace, go with God. See ya soon.